Alrighty, hey there guys, Adrian Costa here at KJ95 coming at you guys with another video. I know I'm a bit behind on this one, but in this video guys, it is going to be ranking my top 5 playbooks in Madden 24. And this is going to be strictly on the offensive side of the ball. Defense, there really isn't a whole lot of difference in terms of like playbooks and shenanigans of that nature. So I'm only going to be focusing on the offensive side. Now, I will have a few honorable mentions, as I do think a lot of these playbooks are really good, and also a couple of these playbooks are basically the same exact playbook. I'll let you guys know if they are the exact same playbook when we get to it. So first off, for honorable mentions, I'm going to go with New England. Obviously, the Patriots are still a really good playbook. However, when it comes to their playbooks, in comparison to some of the other playbooks in the game, they just don't have, some of the same stuff as, like some of the other top playbooks in the game. But they still have the normal Patriot stuff, the double flex weak pats, the trips tight end flex, the normal wing pats. Snugs flip, I think, is exclusively for the Patriots. I'm not entirely sure. Nope, Dolphins and Jags have it as well. So but this is an interesting one. So I think it kind of reminds me of like Gun Tight a little bit. But yeah, so the Patriots have some good playbooks. Now, I think this one is a formation that you see a lot of. However, this one, their bunch strong offset is not really that good. As you can plainly see, they only have like 6 plays. So yeah, the Patriots do have, a spot on the list. They always have to be mentioned because they are very good. It's just for obvious reasons that they don't have. Like the biggest selling point for me is trips tight end and gun bunch. Obviously, the Patriots have one of the best trips tight ends in the entire game. And then in terms of regular bunch, I think they're one of the few teams now that have the regular bunch. Obviously bunch trail, pat sale, verts, mesh spot. They have really good plays out of this playbook, but they just fall a little bit short. Now, my next honorable mention is going to be the Indianapolis Colts / Philadelphia Eagles, as they have I think the exact same or very similar playbook to each other. Now, this team's offense is really good for the most part, but their shotgun plays, in my opinion, they have some good formations. Trips tight end offset weak is a new one this year. They also have regular trips tight end offset. They have some really good ones, but they don't have, things like the, tight or like a tight formation, really. They're more of like a 2x2 type of playbook. Actually, I take that back. Here is a tight formation right here. But this offense is definitely a double-sided, like a 2x2 type of formation playbook. Obviously, with this playbook, they also get the Philly special. This team and the Colts, I believe, are the only teams that have it. I think the Jaguars had it last year, but never actually, I don't think a lot of people knew that. So, yeah, that's my honorable mention. Now let's talk about, actually, there is one honorable mention I have, and that is the Seattle Seahawks. I think the Seahawks offense is incredibly underrated right now. A lot of people are not looking at this offense as a really good playbook. I'm going to be completely honest. I think this playbook has a lot of potential. The only thing I would say about this playbook, though, is the under center stuff is not the best. Right, outside of bunch X nasty, deuce close, and tight Y off, nothing really is jumping out as a wow, this is actually very fun type of thing. Pistol, there's a lot of symmetry as well. Bunch X nasty and deuce close for them. You off trips, pistol, full house base. I think they're one of the few teams that has that. And then in terms of like strong eye, I think they have strong eye, H close off, and similar to their strong left. They have some good symmetry. Shotgun, they don't really have a whole lot with bunch strong nasty, Y flex. They do have both normal trips, trip pack back weak. They also have Y off trips, so they have some. There is something there to build around if you really wanna. But I think in terms of like the Seahawks playbook, it does fall short compared to the rest. So now let's get into the actual top 5. So number 5 for me is going to, and this is in no particular order, by the way. I'm not saying that with number 5, this is the worst out of the 5 that are making it, but this is just my list. So for the first one, for number 5 is going to be Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati has a lot of good things about it. Obviously, deuce close, X nasty, tight Y off. They're one of the few playbooks, I think, left that have bunch tight end. Yes, single back bunch tight end. Only 5 teams in the game have bunch tight end now. In terms of, and they are basically a single bag and shotgun playbook, which is something I really do enjoy because I don't really like to mess around with I form and pistol and all that stuff. So this one I might give a look at later on in the year. But shotgun plays, they have bunch halfback strong, which is a brand new formation this year. I think this is Bengals are the only playbook that has bunch halfback strong. I think the Bucks had it last year, but they ended up losing it. Also, I forgot to mention the Bucks and Seahawks playbooks are the exact same, apart from Full House Pistol. That is the only one that is not in the Bucks playbook. But other than that, the Buccaneers playbook is the same as the Seahawks. So continuing on with their offs, with their shotgun stuff, they have some pretty good stuff here. Tray open, tray wide flex, wide trips, wing slot. I think they're one of few teams that has wing slot still. Nope, there's still a decent amount of teams that has it, playbooks that have it. I take that back. Bunch offset is also one. I think this is better in the Rams offense, I believe. Overall, I can't remember, because I know they got like a couple of, oh no, this is a very similar one. I take that back. And then last thing, the one that sells it for me, why this is a top 5, is tight slot back week. They are absolutely one of 2 playbooks that only has this year. And obviously tight, and also they have, this flood, which a lot of people really did like tight slots flood, about midway through the year last year. Mesh spot, 4 verticals, they have, a lot of the standard plays that you would get out of your tight slots. And I think tight slots is a very underrated formation. I'm really sad to see that the Rams lost this formation. So, but yeah, this playbook has a lot to offer for, in terms of under center and shotgun players. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play with. Next is going to be the Green Bay Packers. Now, the Green Bay Packers are number 4. In terms of their under center, again, they have tight wide off, deuce close, and next nasty. They also have you off stack, which I believe is, it's a 12 personnel set. It's a very light 12. It's a very light formation, but they do have it. Shotgun though, they have quite a bit to work with. Bunch strong. Offset again as a new one this year. They have bunch tight end. I think there's only 5 playbooks to have bunch tight end. They also have the fabled triple out play, which is a lot of people like to use, as well as boot over. They also do have regular trips tight end as well. They also have strong close and weak close. So in terms of a balanced attack for the offense, the Green Bay Packers do have that, especially with new things like split with the empty chips tight. Also, Eagle Trips is a new formation. I don't think I've seen it a whole lot. Oh, no, I take that back. This was Y Trips. This was something in the Packers offense last year. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it's been renamed to Eagle Trips this year. So, yeah, if you guys remember, I was using the Packers offense for quite a bit last year. So, the Packers offense I might give a look at again this year. I'm going to be starting in Seattle's offense because I do think they have a really good playbook, but once I do get more familiar with the game and more comfortable with the game, I do probably want to branch out and try a different playbook, like Green Bay's, for example. So, anyhow, next on the list, we have the Chiefs/Commanders playbook. Now, their under center stuff is not the greatest. Obviously, the really selling points are the big three that I've mentioned before, with tight Y off, bunch X nasty, and deuce close. And they don't really have anything else, but shotgun is where they make their money. They have quite a bit to work with here. Bunch strong nasty again is a new formation that is in a lot of playbooks. I think in this playbook specifically, if I remember correctly, this one has a specific couple of plays. Like I think PA corner is only in the Chiefs and Commanders playbook. Yep. As well as I think this PA double post is only, so these two are in this playbook, which both are really, really good plays in terms of stretching the defense vertically, as well as getting some nice underneath action, potentially with an underneath cross, or maybe a nice check down run off this guy on the outside if he's in cover 3, for example, or man coverage. You also have a nice mesh concept, and the great thing about this type of set too is a 4x1 default set. So if you guys don't know, if you guys actually come out in if you actually get into a 4x1 set before the snap, like be it by motioning over somebody or coming it out by default, that actually cancels out match coverage and makes it play like traditional zone coverage. So keep that in mind. If you guys are struggling to beat match coverage, that is a way to beat it. There's also shotgun bunch X nasty, which not many teams have that this year, but it is still a pretty solid playbook. Pretty solid formation to use this year. Corner out dig, inside zone Y option pivot is a pretty nice one. You also had Trey Y Flex Strong. You know, this playbook has quite a bit of 1-4 style sets if you want to go with that. So, you know, Trey Y Flex Strong, Trio Halfback Weak is another one. I think you off Trips is no, that's a 2 tight end set. Um, but yeah, like there's a bunch strong nasty is a 4x1 set. So yeah, you got a lot of stuff to work with here in the shotgun plays, and I think that's the biggest selling point for those two playbooks between the Chiefs and Commanders. Coming in at number 2 is going to be the Los Angeles Rams. Now the Rams offense was so close to being number 1, but number 1, I think you guys probably know what it is because a lot of people are talking about that playbook. But let's continue on with the Rams. They probably have the best under center package in the game still. Other than maybe Cincinnati now. Ace close, bunch tight end, X nasty. Tight doubles is a new one this year. They did lose the shotgun version of tight doubles, which sucks. I do like the shotgun tight doubles, but they do have the under center version as well as the new tight Y off flex. And they also have the trips, the U off trips. So the Rams offense under center wise is really, really good. In terms of shotgun stuff, you know, they have bunch offset. They got bunch Y flex this year. They have regular halfback trips, which is a 1-4 style set now. In difference to shotgun trips week. Trips halfback week is the halfback is over on this side of the formation, whereas on this side he's on the strong side of the formation. Yeah, so a lot of good like specific like balanced attack. They still have split wide receiver backfield. The only problem with this team playbook now is they did lose tight doubles and tight slots halfback week for shotgun, which absolutely does kill the shotgun a little bit, but the tight flex does stay around. Like they are still the only regular team that has tight flex other than the running gun, which is an alternate playbook. So yeah, they actually do have some good stuff here, but with them losing those two formations, it really hurts this playbook quite a bit, and that does kind of suck. And number 1, guys, is going to be the New York Jets. Obviously, this is the playbook that everybody's talking about right now. Under center, really good stuff. Tight doubles, bunch tight end, ace close. I form close, slot, and twin tight end. I don't know what strong close. I don't know what twin tight end is. But the shotgun formations, literally every single good shotgun formation you could want is in this playbook. Bunch strong offset. This is probably the best bunch strong offset in the entire game, according to a bunch of people. They have the best one out of this. There's also bunch tight end, doubles halfback weak, doubles wide flex, tight doubles, tight offset, tray open, tray wide flex, trips tight end, wing slot, and wide trip. So if you guys remember, this was kind of like this is like a combination of the Detroit Lions shotgun plays last year. This was a really good offense. You know, the Lions offense last year was incredibly good, and I do suspect that the Packers offense is going to be probably the best playbook of the entire year next year, at least for the most part of the year. So that is all I got to say about the playbooks, guys. So if you guys do disagree with any one of these playbooks, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the like button below and subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.